Hello guys, NautoAis here, and I want to give my early impression a particular game that it's another Toys to Life game. Well, it used to be, and they're no more. So you're gonna get what I'm gonna go at, and of course the visual aid is my first impression of Disney Infinity, and the one I played is 2.0 and for the PlayStation 4. So the little backstory here is went to my local Target. They had it on clearance for $7, so you really can't deny that. So I think I might as well check this game out and see what's the hubbub and why it failed and why people didn't really support this game. So with that, I want to give my thoughts first. So, of course, if you've been following me, you know I'm a Mevo fan. I also talk about Skylander. Of course, they're dubbed Toys to Life because you use that particular figurine on whether in the game, either it unlocks something that's amiibo, or you play that particular character on Skylander. And for amiibo, it's Nintendo exclusive, so anything that's made by Nintendo or third party to Nintendo, you unlock something. Skylander is multi-platform. You can use it either on the Wii U, 3DS, PS4, Xbox, etc., etc. So, and this Infinity, it's the same. It almost goes like Skylanders, but they trying to go way different that I think it cut short. So, and of course, I did talk about this already. That this Infinity, the franchise itself, was discontinued with 3.0, and also September, when I think September 30th. Yeah, they're basically not really supporting the game anymore. Like you can't even play the free to play game on Steam. I know there was a free to play one. You have to buy. You have to pay for the DLC. And some of the like the mobile one, they basically put them on hold. Like you can't buy them. And I think in the long run, in the console version, and this is the part because one part here is the community part, basically kind of like Super Mario Maker, but not so good. I think somewhere like in a couple of weeks, they're being shutting down, so you're not going to be able to upload or download your level and download other people's level. So you kind of know like what upload and download. Yes, the problem with Disney Infinity game from 1.0, 2.0, or 3.0 is the main part of this game is you make your own game. It's a little big planet mixed with Minecraft and a little bit of Super Mario Maker. Yes. So there is a mode called the Toy Box, and what you do in that Toy Box is you create these multiple worlds, and then you can either basically make a platformer, a combat simulation, or beat 'em up, racing, air flight, horse riding, and there's a lot of things. But again, it's all about creation. That's the main part of the game. But the problem is when I played it, I did try to in the introduction to Toy Box. It was so confusing and convoluted. Like to try and understand this, like, wait, what? What's going on here? Like, what am I supposed to do? So here's the backstory about it. It's a little bit of spoiler, but of course the old game is old. 2.0. It's when you start Toy Box 2.0, you went to this already been built. They call it the introduction to Toy Box, and there are 5 sections of the tutorial that'll tell you what to do. The minute you go into that Toy Box introduction with the Toy Box, there are 5 characters. So you kind of recognize it from Disney. So, of course, there's Merlin from King Arthur or the Sword in the Stone. And he teaches you the creativity part of this Infinity. Like, how to use all the tools you have. What do you do with the stuff? How do you put your own terrain, design your own stage? That's what Merlin. And then there's Luigi from Pixar Cars. He teaches you how to learn how to drive, fly, and ride a horse. And I guess there's some part also you can do stunts with buggies. And then there's Phil from Hercules. He'll teach you about combat system. Yeah, of course, the game has combat, so, why not? So, of course, like I said, it's not just a platformer, it's also a beat 'em up. And then there's two other Disney characters. I have no idea who they are. One of them basically teaches you about the toy box store, because in order to get more stuff and make your toy box more fancy, you gotta buy like the stuff. And I'll even explain to you how you unlock them. And this is the really sort of the sad part, but I'll explain it later. And then one of them, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna guess Mulan, the way she dressed. She teaches you how to do platformer, and there you go. And then there's also two additional ones that sort of connected to the introductory toy box. One of them is the fairy godmother. Like if you talk to Phil, the fairy godmother appears, and she gives you a bit of mission to save Cinderella. And then there was another one, I think, if you talk to the merchant. Oh, shoot. The guy from Beauty and the Beast, the clock guy, of course he's a human, but he became a clock. He teaches you how to basically create your own interior. Basically, your home base that you can design it. Think of it as Animal Crossing Home Designer or Animal Crossing game in general. So, you gotta notice there when I'm already saying some stuff that I'm basically talking about different genre. Yeah, that is what Toy Box is. You can create a Toy Box world of a platformer, racing, combat, or home simulator. You name it, that's what it is. That's what Toy Box is. But the problem, like I said, is it's very convoluted in the beginning. And unfortunately, even with a lot of the update, I think there's the introductory to Toy Box. There's a lot of a glitchy part that you have to constantly turning it off, turning it on. You have to restart the game, and I'll explain that later. So that's what Toy Box is. And if you follow Backlog Better than Alex, like a long time ago, I did talk to him about Disney Infinity, because he bought Disney Infinity 1.0. He bought the whole shebang because he loves Disney. And when he starts playing the game, it's like, oh my god, this is what Disney Infinity is. I mean, heck, look at the game, the Irie Gamer. He was talking about the toys in his video. One of his videos that I favorite is his Toys to Life segment. Even so the toys are beautiful, the game itself was like, oh shoot, really? And I'm gonna explain it later. So, figures are cool to collect. They're very collectible if you're into Disney or Star Wars or Marvel. Game itself, yeah, there's a lot of flaw in the game. I think, in my opinion, it had potential, but I think they could probably fix it. I'll probably give my suggestion, but I know it's pretty too late. But again, that'll be later on. So, okay, so now I explain about Toy Box. And basically my opinion about it. It's fun to build stuff. Minecraft, it can do anything, but it's convoluted. Okay, the problem also is that apparently this game takes too many memory on the PS4. And apparently it's also in the Wii U and the Xbox One. PS3 as well. But anyway, that if you basically just go in any order, well, not really in any order, but here's what it is. Say you want to do the platform first, and then you did the world building and tutorial, and then you decide to do Luigi as the third one so you learn about driving. A lot of time, a lot of the object does not pop in. A lot of time the game tends to get stuck. And a lot of time, like, you're trying to, how come I can't do it? I can't move it? What's going on? Yes, the problem with the game is it takes so much memory that a lot of time a lot of the tutorial doesn't get initiated. So here's a big example. You probably can see that if you put 2.0 save the princess in the tutorial of Toy Box. Say you did the platformer, so Agrabah pops in, and you talk to Merlin, and then you talk to, I'm getting some CD place, and then I think you talk to the Toy Story guy, and then all of a sudden your home interior appears. And then if you decide to talk to Phil, and then talk to the Fairy Godmother, and if you try to do the Fairy Godmother mission, the stage for it it will not work. It will not pop in. It'll say, okay, what's going on? There's no stage. What's going on? And even with already been a lot of and I'm pretty it has 5 updates because it's 1.05. Yeah, the game itself still doesn't work. A lot of the things not popping in. The texture's not popping in. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Like, really, man? Yeah, that's one of the problems. It's not a game-breaking glitch, but if you don't play this as in order, then you're gonna have a problem with it. Because there's even times, if you say you choose Luigi as last to do the racing tutorial, they'll teach you how to do the chopper and the horse. The chopper and the horse, or I think the horse is called Angus the horse. I forgot what Disney show is, movie. They won't pop in, and a lot of times the game gets stuck. Not freeze, stuck. That means that it's trying to read to bring like the horse or the chopper, but it's not working. Yeah, so that's a little bit warning if you found Marvel, the Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Edition, or the other version with Stitch and oh crap, that lady from Brave. I have no idea, or Agria, or no, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so just be aware. The tip a lot of people have said is when you start introductory to toys is start with Luigi first immediately, do all the tutorial for the riding, the racing, and then immediately go to Phil to basically learn about combat and unlock Cinderella or the Fairy Godmother, and then do the Save the Princess tutorial mission. And then from there, you do the Toy Story or the Toy Store, then Agrabah, and then the last thing you should do is Merlin's build the introductory toy box. And I think that should be fine. That a lot of people have said it on the internet. Unfortunately, there's no permanent solution for it. Even a lot of this update, it's not working. So that's the downside of the game. So the toy box system is convoluted to learn. And then when you're trying to complete all the tutorials in Toy Box, if you do them out of order, a lot of the memory is not going to pop in and be like, oh, what the heck, this is broken. Yeah, I mean, that's also the problem. The game is imperfect. And if you pay this for $60, and I think it was $60 or even more, yeah, you're going to be probably upset. $7? Not so much. All right. So I'm done with the toy box here. It's 12 minutes explanation, in my opinion, about it. So the other half say, well, it does have like a Skylander element, like just a story. Yes. So I'm gonna start. Well, okay. I'm gonna start with the one I already have, Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Edition. It comes with Iron Man, Black Widow, and Thor. Say, cool, Marvel figure, 3 figure for $7. Sure. And then the problem is, it also comes with this. They call it this clear toy called the playset. You put that playset in, you unlock their adventure mode. So you say, oh, cool. So finally, my Disney figures, Infinity figures, they'll team up and they'll join in Marvel Avengers storyline, which is based on the movie, Loki and the Frost Giants. Loki and the Chitara aliens, if you watch the cinematic universe. But here's the flaw. You can only play certain Marvel figure on the playset at the beginning. Yes, that is the one bad thing about this game. Irie Gamer mentioned this. Alex from Backlog Battle, mentioned this. And they both said one of the downside here is the story mode, they don't team up. It's like, oh shit. Really? They're not going to team up? What? Why? My guess here is a license issue because it's going to be weird. But the reason why Lego Dimension does it, yeah, but they're all Legos, so they're all Legos, so it makes more sense. And if you ever watch Lego the movie, you kind of get it. But this one, they're not using any. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I'm guessing it's a license issue that they didn't want to do it. Excuse me. So yeah, if you want to play the Marvel set, you can only play with the Marvel Avengers. The 3 that I just mentioned: Hulk, Hawkeye, Hulk, Captain America, Falcon, and I think Loki also, if you buy him. You go, oh, great. So I heard there's other one. I seen Spider-Man, Iron Fist, what's the guy's name? Oh, shoot, Nova, Nick Fury. There you go, Nick Fury. Yeah, the one I just mentioned there, you can only play them on. The Spider-Man plays it, because it also has the Spider-Man plays it. And then there's also Guardian of the Galaxy, which means you can only play Guardian of the Galaxy figure on that playset. So it's already very limited. I like Skylander. Oh, sweet! I got a Skylander Giant T-Rex. Oh, I can play him in Supercharger. See, you kind of see the problem with this Infinity. But here's a little spoiler. Because the way I started playing the Avenger playset, apparently they made it open world. So I don't think that's bad, rather than just level by level like in Skylander. This one's actually, it is an open world style. You do a little bit of mission. And there are certain icons that comes in the game. So, spoiler here, the Avenger said, they call it cross token. So you see a token basically with a Marvel character picture in it. And the one, if you play the Avengers set, spoiler, are Nova and Rocket Raccoon. Collect all 10 of them, both Rocket Raccoon and of course Nova. You get them able to play in the Avengers, and then I guess it opens up some new things. But the problem is, so I have to find this hidden collectible in order to make them play. Again, kind of missed opportunity there. So that's one of the major problems. And the same goes with 1.0 with a lot of the playset. The Cars, Monster, what else? The Incredible, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lone Ranger. Yeah, and again, if you notice, there's also a theme. 1.0 is basically Disney original, Disney movies, and Pixar. 2.0 showcasing Marvels, and then 3.0 is Star Wars. So, yeah, so that's a problem with the playset. If you want there just to play the playset part, you don't want to care about Toy Box, then yeah, you're gonna probably get ripped off. But then they do have this called power chips. And there's two types. There's a circle one, and then there's a hexagon, I guess I call it a hexagon. Okay, the circle one is basically, think of it as magic item, just gives you a boost, unlock stuff. And then the hexagon one, it depends on what it is. You can either unlock some stuff for Toy Box, or two, able to play like mini games or like sub games on a particular. Well, actually, it doesn't matter where you can. Those are compatible, forward compatible, not backward. Well, no, wait, no, backwards compatible. Excuse me. I don't know who said forward compatible. Backwards compatible. Excuse me. What it means by what I'm trying to say is that, say, a 1.0 power chip or hexagon chip can be used on 2.0 and 3.0, but of course it doesn't go backwards. So if I put like a Star Wars power chip to 1.0, of course it's not going to work. Kind of same goes with the figure. I try to use Kylo Ren. You saw my unboxing in my main channel. I try using him in Marvel. Yeah, it doesn't work. Or the game itself. No, it doesn't work. So, again, there is those type of game. And those are just sort of like a sub-game. Because the one that came with it was Thor and... shoot, I don't know a lot of the characters from Guardian of the Galaxy. He's a blue guy with a hammer. He's a Guardian of the Galaxy. He was the bad guy in the movie with Chris Pratt. Okay, just level with me this one. So basically, I use the one with Thor, and basically it's a sort of a tower defense or dungeon defense. And your objective is you have to protect Thor's treasure from the Frost Giant, and then there's 10 levels, and they do say, replayable levels. Yeah, because it's just basically kind of like Horde mode or dungeon defense. That's, one of them. I haven't tried the other one yet, but there you go. But again, there is a little bit, it's a bit more open, but it's still not so much that it works, because If you use like a Marvel one, you can only use, well, at least a Marvel figure. Any Marvel figure will do. So if you're using a Disney, you can only use Disney. Again, you kind of see the pattern I'm saying. It's so segregated that that's why a lot of people are not basically, they're having a hard time getting into it because there's just too many modes. And all they asked was this big story mode. That why is it like, and interestingly, why is it Disney teaming up with Star Wars figures, Marvel, you name it. So, yeah, now I can see why this game was discontinued. So, I mean, if I ever get 3.0 because it's out so cheap, I'll probably give my thoughts about that one. It's supposed to be better than 2.0. Alright, so yeah, I know it's a long ramble, but I know because there's a lot of things I want to say about this. And now, this part here, I want to give my thoughts on what could have gone better to make this game actually better. Well, one, the figure itself, it's not really a problem. I think the figure is for, if you're a Disney fan, Marvel or Star Wars, it's for those type of fans. Second, they need it in either 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. They really need that big story mode like in Skylander. Like, the first one could be, why is it a lot of the Disney characters team up? Second one, basically, could feature the Marvel. So Disney basically like, we need heroes. Oh, you guys are called Marvel. You are the Marvel superhero. You guys are a bunch of heroes. And then the third one could be about going to space. Oh no, Star Wars. So something like that. And no. Second, very limited on the playset. That should have been a DLC or kind of like in Skylander, an adventure pack, like additional one. The great thing about this in Skylander is there are no DLC. Your DLC are the adventure pack to expand the game. Makes more sense. That's what they shouldn't have done with the adventure set, with Avengers, Star Wars, or Spider-Man. Whatever. That should have been. And the second problem also the game is the playsets are not backwards compatible. That's the downside I'm seeing. But I probably can understand because even in Skylander, they're not really that backwards compatible. Actually, the only one they were was Skylander Giant. If you have the 4 adventure pack from the original Skylander Adventure, you put them, you actually unlock the stage. Yeah, you unlock the same stage. That'll be awesome if you do it via update or add-on. That'll be awesome. So again, it should have had a main story by itself. That's your core thing, not the toy box. My opinion about toy box, it should have been another different game, either an add-on. Or, it's just an add-on called Toy Box. They tried to make that to be the main game. That didn't work. That's the reason why. That should have been like an expansion to it if you're into building stuff. I mean, in 3.0, they actually did have some sort of expansion. Like, there was both of them are $20 for 3.0 is. One is the Disney Infinity 3.0 Speedway Race, which basically a Mario Kart expansion, like basically Disney Infinity version of a Mario Kart game. And you unlock lots of cars. And then there's also the Disney Infinity, they call it Boss Takeover, which is, I think, that the bad guys, I think the focus on this, and then there's supposed to be either an adventure or an expansion to Toy Box, I don't know. But again, very limited still. So, that's my suggestion. And again, so that's a suggestion about the figure itself. It makes sense if they had an original storyline. And apparently, according to Patrick Klepek, they read this, they decided to read more about this. In Kotaku, Patrick actually apparently said that if they were to continue Disney Infinity 4.0, one of the big major thing would be that they would have a big storyline. Like, they actually said it, like they were planning to do a big storyline that everyone teams up. But of course, the game failed. What can you do? So that's an unfortunate. So the second one is franchise. So of course, in 3.0, there were also other figures that they were supposed to plan. Like, if they were to continue 3.0, They were supposed to be beside, because the last one basically is Alice in Wonderland and Little Nemo. But apparently there were some other ones. You can watch them, you can read them on the internet, but the one I can remember on top of my head is one. They showed an actual Doctor Strange design, but that failed because Doctor Strange, even to the movie coming out, I think the figure looks interesting. The game, yeah, well, they basically gave the boot. Another one was the actually shown in concept art is Moana, the movie with The Rock and The Rock and I forget what the other actor's name is, but you can see The Rock is supposed to be some shaman or something. I don't know, but he looks cool. I would buy his figure because The Rock is cool. So there was also going to be Rogue One, and then of course in 2017, well, the first half of 2017, they said they were going to even do more like Star Wars, more Marvel. Yeah, so, but again, the characters, like, those are the characters they have planned, but of course got booed. But here's another one they should put in. Disney, you gotta embrace, you gotta team up with, make some sort of deal with Fox, I guess if we got Fox, and what am I talking about? X-Men and Fantastic Four. That's also the problem with the Marvel edition, is that where the heck are the X-Men? Oh, that's right, because Disney don't own X-Men or Fantastic Four because they owned by Fox and they're trying to forget them. Screw you. Yeah, because what's the most popular part of Marvel? The Marvel Cinematic Universe. And in Cinematic Universe, there is no such thing as an X-Men or the Fantastic Four. I think that's poppycock. That's a problem. Where's the X-Men? Where's Fantastic Four? Imagine the Sentinel. People are going to probably buy that because the Sentinel. Wolverine. The Juggernaut. Oh my gosh, man. Like, they should have... No, because the problem with Disney is, when they bought Marvel, I'm sorry, they were greedy. And I'm probably going to explain that in another video about it. I mean, MmGS X1 basically did explain that a long time ago, like how Disney's trying to make Marvel fans forget about X-Men and Fantastic Four. But yeah, that's the problem. You only had Marvel Avengers. I mean, I'm cool with that, but come on, where's your X-Men? Where's Fantastic Four? So, I mean, that's another problem. And Star Wars, okay, that's cool. There's really nothing much. So that's the problem with the Marvel. Disney, probably more Disney characters that you can do in. Oh, yeah, the Disney one, Disney Afternoon, like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Chip and Dale, you name it. Like actual Disney afternoon cartoon, not the one that's based on a movie like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Timon and Pumbaa. I mean, that was actually original. Like DuckTales original, Chip and Dale, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, one of my favorite one, and also Tailspin. Like, imagine Darkwing Duck on this Infinity, but no. They said we hear you, but we're thinking about it again. There you go, missed opportunity in the Disney part. Star Wars, probably just more Star Wars characters. That's it. Really nothing much more I can say about it, because they did have like the main one, like you got Star Wars 4, and then you got the one for the prequel. I mean, I don't know why there's no Mace Windu, but that's just me. And of course, The Force Awakening, and of course, like you said, they're going to do Rogue One. I mean, and some spin-offs. Why not have some spin-off characters? I don't know. So I think that's the two main problems. I say that the problem with, well, like I said, there's a lot of problem with this Infinity that it didn't sell well. And like I said, one is, like I said, they needed more licensed character like X-Men, Disney afternoon cartoons, more Star Wars. Second, it always needed a main storyline like Skylander. I mean, heck, Lego Dimension even did the same thing, but again, kind of missed the boat there. It said, oh, Toy Box, you can make your own world. No, nobody, not everyone's a Minecraft fan or like to build stuff. I mean, I like it, Super Mario Maker, but not everyone does. And then the Toy Box itself is very comfortable. It's not user-friendly. I mean, it has a genre, but they're hard to understand how to do it, so... So, like I said, that's my impression about it. Is it a bad game? No. Is it worth the full price when it first initially released? Definitely not. So if you can get this under $20, or heck, I take it back, under $15, and if you're really lucky, under $10, and you want to try it out, $10, yeah, you can throw away $10. And I also highly suggest don't be insane trying to buy all the old figures and like trying to collect them all. No. This is not Skylander, and they are very limited. Like I said, especially when you're trying to buy them used, say, oh look, I have a Spider-Man playset. Well, you're gonna need like a Spider-Man figure to play with it, and if you can't find any, ouch. So yeah, that's my advice to you. That's my advice for anyone, that you gotta find a place you can buy them cheap, and if you're lucky you're able to find all the component, cool. Because say, like I just said, that you buy a playset but you don't have the figure, or vice versa. Well, the figure itself is okay because you can use it for toy box, and if you get lucky, you find the power disc. I know they're more open but still limited. But if you're into the toy box, then yeah. But if you say, I want a playset, say I found a used Captain America, but I also found a used Guardian of the Galaxy playset, but I don't have any Guardian of the Galaxy, you're kind of screwed because, again, it's very limited. So that is my advice, that if you find it, you might just have to, right now, Target they're $5, same goes with Walmart, because they are trying to get rid of this. And if you're really lucky, you might get him like under $15. Like I said, I got the 2.0 for $8. And for this one, I like Skylander, or Amiibo, I want to collect them all. Skylander, I really can't do anything much about it. In the case with Disney Infinity, not even close. I only bought on the figure because I like Star Wars, I like the design. Marvel-wise, again, if you get him cheap, but make sure you have the proper playset. And that's why I was warning, because if you go to GameStop and do it, even they're used, they're not really that cheap. They're like $11. Like, I don't think so. They probably worth $5 tops in my opinion, even though good design. So again, I can't give a great sense of impression. I'll probably play it some more, but by that initial impression, you kind of get an idea of what it is, and that's the reason why now the people like it and why they have to discontinue it. So with that, thanks for listening.